What's going on, guys, and welcome to DubHub. Today we're going to be going over why you should be playing hardcore over core in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and I myself was a huge core player back in the day in all of the previous Call of Duty games, but in Black Ops 4 I've started playing a lot of hardcore solely because it is actually more fun for me, because I actually perform better in it now that I've gotten used to it, and it's just way better for my XP and all that great stuff. So today we're going to dive in why it would be more beneficial for you guys to play hardcore than core. Now let's dive right into it, guys. The first thing that I want to mention is the insane just inability to not be able to get multi-kills in core just because of the amount of bullets that you have to hit. This will be kind of hard to explain, but imagine that you are diving into a game and you run into multiple people around a lane, say 2 to 3 people. You're going to have to hit 8 total shots on them before they hit 4 on you, and this is extremely hard because most of the time in hardcore you will be able to catch them off guard and hit just 2 bullets basically, because one shot kills what they are. You'll be able to hit 2 bullets on them before they hit 1 on you. That's just easier. It is hard for them to react, and especially with the fire rate of weapons in this game, you can easily hit 2 shots before they have time to react and hit 1 shot. It's just a lot faster, and that probably did not make sense, but just trust me, guys, it's so much easier to get multi-kills. Go in and try it yourself. You can see in this gameplay I have multiple instances where I get collaterals with my bullets. So I shot 1 bullet and it killed 2 people, and that's how easy it is. Right there on screen, if you saw that, I just collateraled people, and it's so much easier to get multi-kills, and that is one of the reasons why that you should be playing hardcore over core. Now you may be saying, man, like, well, people can do that to me too. They can easily multi-kill me. Well, that is where you're just going to have to adjust, spread out from your teammates, make sure that you're getting into individual gunfights unless you are trying to multi-kill people. It's just one of those things where you know that it's something that you have to take advantage of, and in turn you have to be able to avoid that situation yourself. If you guys did not understand what the heck I am talking about because I did an awful job of explaining it, make sure you rewind the video, try to understand it again. Otherwise, go in the comment section below and either I or somebody else will hopefully get to that question for you. Now let's get into the next topic that I want to talk about on why hardcore is better than core, and that is the minimap. If you look on the top left corner of the screen here, my team is about to get a UAV. There it is. And this is a very, very nice advantage for our team in hardcore because it allows us to see exactly where the enemy is as long as they don't shoot it down, or if they have Ghost on, which is a perk, or a suppressor attachment on their weapon. Now this is important because in this game, not all weapons have attachments, especially popular ones like the first 3 ARs you unlock, the ICR, the Rampart, and the KN-44, or the KN-57 rather. And this is very important because those weapons do not have suppressors, and majority of the people that play this game run those weapons, so you will have an advantage over people in hardcore if you get a UAV. But in core, this is not the case. There is always a minimap, and every time somebody shoots and they don't have a suppressor on, you will be able to see where they are. Now this is very, very vital to your success, because if you are not using a suppressor and you want to use a weapon like the ICR that would normally not have a suppressor, you could go into hardcore and use these weapons just the same, but not have a bunch of people shooting you in the back because they know exactly where you are. And that's why I like hardcore so much. I know that you can say that goes the other way too, and you won't know exactly where other people are, but if you play hardcore for long enough, you will be able to kind of learn the spawns for each map, understand the flow of the game, the dynamic, where people spawn in what mode, and it just makes things so much easier. But just remember that you have to have experience while incorporating this tip into your game. Now, I do have another reason, but this is not completely like surefire. This is not, okay, this is why it is definitely better. This is actually more of a preference thing for me. I know that this has very much helped me work on my skill in hardcore of my reaction time and the amount of time it actually takes me to process when I see somebody on my screen and when I'm actually able to press the buttons to fire down, because I know that in hardcore, if I'm using a high-powered assault rifle like the ICR, if I am the first one to get a shot, I am always the first one to win the fight, and that's why it is so important to me to just have that amazing reaction time. But in core, you don't always have to have great reaction time, and sometimes you forget that reaction time is still important in core because you just don't in your mind put that importance on being the first one to shoot and the first one to hit the bullet. So that's why in hardcore I just feel like I am improving my skills so much by just being able to react to situations a lot quicker. And it's one of those things where it's not that necessarily you're going to do and perform better in hardcore because of this. It's just one of those things where it makes you a better Call of Duty player, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's going to appeal to everyone. Most people just play the game to have a good time, and I understand that. But if you are actually looking to get better and you want to work on your reaction skills, you will be able to measure that by how you're doing in hardcore. One last thing that I want to mention, and this is kind of a warning, is that when you go into hardcore, you will find those people who are very good at playing hardcore, and they will just continuously eat you alive and just absolutely destroy you. I've experienced that so many times, and it's actually extremely frustrating. But one thing I want you guys to take away is that you do not have to stay in a lobby that is like that. I know a lot of you guys place a lot of your importance on your KD, and I know that I personally don't do that, but if you are one of those people who do that, and that's perfectly fine, you may find that hardcore is sometimes detrimental to your KD, and you kind of want to avoid going to those lobbies that people are spawn killing and just easily killing you before you even have time to react, and it's just one of those things where you have no chance, you're not improving, and it's just not a good idea to be in the lobby. Don't find shame in leaving that game because you will come across those lobbies, but hardcore is hit or miss. I feel like in core, you just always go even. That's at least how it's like for me, because I can't get multi-kills, so I usually get one kill and then die because I'm not able to get the second kill. But in hardcore, I feel like it's either you do very well, you go 10 above, or you go 10 under, just depending on the type of lobby you get. Now, obviously that doesn't go for everyone. Definitely varies with your skill level, but I mean, for me, that's how I have experienced it. I hope that it's the same for you guys, so that you can take this to heart and that you don't feel like you have to stay in those lobbies. But I've gone on way too long talking about that. Just keep that in mind and have fun playing hardcore, you guys, because it is an amazing game mode. Alright, that is pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video, so I hope you guys have taken this to heart and find this useful. Make sure you don't go and just play one match of hardcore, but you play multiple, because I hope that you guys will just be very open to improving and just working on your skills in this game mode, and just hopefully overall having more success. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.